Welcome back, guys. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to use Ionet Cloud virtual machines. Think of this as most type of server you rent when working with Ionet. The function is like the AWS ECS or other cloud services you might have come across during your experience. The difference is that Ionet makes it faster, cheaper, and more Web3 friendly. Not the best part, these VMs come pre-installed with everything you need for AI and machine learning. Frameworks like PyTorch, CUDA, Conda, and even Jupyter are all ready to go, so you don't need to spend hours setting these things up. So let's jump right in. To access VM service, head over to cloud.ionet, then go to virtual machine sections. You see an option to deploy a new instance, and that's where we'll walk you through. After clicking deploy, the first thing you'll be asked to check is your network speed. Here, you can safely select the default option. Step 2. Next, you pick the type of server you want. So since you are just learning, testing, or doing small experiments, the 4090 GPU is actually the best choice. It is powerful but affordable compared to others. After that, select the geographic location of your server. For example, US East, Europe, or Asia. This is similar to choosing a region in AWS and can help reduce latency. Then the next step is your image and SSH key. Here you need to choose an image, which is basically the software environment that will be pre-installed on your server. For instance, the best option is data science image. It comes with Jupyter pre-configured and includes an environment with Ubuntu, CUDA, Rapids, Python, and Conda. Then you add your SSH key, which allows you to log in securely from your computer. So you just paste your computer's public key here. Additional ports. By default, your server only allows basic ports like 222. If you want to use Jupyter Lab, you need to open port 888 at this stage. This is very important. You cannot add ports after the server is created. They have to be added during deployment, which is now. Confirming your deployment. Finally, we understand our processes, review our choices, then here you can set how long you want your server to run. For quick testing, selecting an hour is usually enough since you are testing. Then choose your payment method. Ionet supports payment. It supports crypto like IO tokens and USDT, as well as traditional payment methods and Visa card. After confirming all of this, the deployment will be started. So let's log into the virtual machine. Once the server is ready, you see the details in your cluster page. To connect, you use the login information provided on Windows. You typically use PowerShell or Mac or Linux. Your regular terminal, fine. This works fine because if you're using your Linux, you can just search for terminal and then use that. The page will show exact login command and you enter a terminal to access your virtual machine. So now let's start Jupyter. After logging in, you want to start Jupyter Lab. Now, I want to make this very simple. Just run the startup script and Jupyter will launch in your terminal. You see a link that includes a token. This token acts as a password. So when you're logging into your virtual machine, the token from the terminal will result because you copy and paste it there. Now to access it, you use your server's external IP address along with the mapped port number. So, for example, your server IP looks something like 52.205.252.210, and then Jupyter is mapped to port 31814. So that's how your login address would look like. The port would be after the IP. You then paste the token from the earlier login page from the earlier side into the login page, and you'll be inside Jupyter Lab. One important note is that Jupyter uses WebSocket connections. So if you're using VPN or proxy when trying to log in, it might be slow or fail to load. So it's best to disable VPNs during logins. So that's it, guys. You have successfully deployed and tested an Ionet Cloud virtual machine and you now have a full working GPU environment for training models, experimenting with machine learning, or fine-tuning jobs. In the next lesson, we'll continue building on this and explore more.